Hello students, welcome to this online lecture of 11th English. Dear students, in last video lecture, we started section 4, history of drama or history of English drama. In that we completed first part. In that we studied basic introduction of drama, then a definition of drama, elements of drama, objective of dramas, types of dramas, then a short history of the dramas. In that we completed introduction to English dramas, mostly the theatre. In today's lecture I am going to teach you next part of the section, history of drama. So let's start today's session. Short history of drama. Second one, Elizabethan and Restoration drama or theatre. According to this English drama, Elizabethan drama and Restoration drama, these are the secular morality plays that have direct links with Elizabethan plays. The Restoration impose a learned tradition, classical in depth, with themes of education, general moral problems, and secular politics. The plays had nothing to do with religion. There were examples of both comedy and tragedy. Thomas Keat, Christopher Marlowe, and William Shakespeare are the prime dramatists of this era. It was Keat who discovered how easily blank words might be converted into a useful theatrical medium, which Shakespeare used brilliantly in all his plays. Tragedy developed in the hands of Keat and Marlowe. Comedy had also proceeded beyond rustic humor, but by the 19th of the 16th century, the theatre in England was fully established, but complicated condition governed the activities of the dramatist. The public theatre of the 16th century differed in many important ways from the modern theatre. It was open to sky, without artificial lighting. The stage was a raised platform with the recess at the back supported by three sides by the audience. Around the theatre there were galleries. In the 17th century, the enclosed theatre gained importance. There was increasing attention to scenic device as the theatre became private. Shakespeare's era, William Shakespeare, he was a great dramatist in English literature. In his era, came into existence in the 16th century to the public theatre. He wrote for the contemporary theatre, manipulating the Elizabethan stage with great resource and invention. But the genius of Shakespeare should not allow a rest of the drama of his age to be obscured. Contemporary to him, it was the Ben Jonson, a classicist, a moralist, and the reformer of drama in comedy. Johnson's genius is found at its best, and influence was considerable. The Restoration dramatist leaned strongly upon him. Closing of theatres by the Puritans in 1642 brought this greatest of all periods in the history of English drama to an end. With the civil wars, no theatre exists between 1642 to 1660, means near about 18 years. the theater was fully closed because of the civil war. The next phase which appeared after the restoration produced a very kind of dramatic literature. A dramatist like Chapman, Thomas Middleton, Webster, and the Dekker were the forefront. When Charles II came back with the restoration of 1660, the theatre were reopened. The restoration comedy achieved its peculiar excellence. Drama developed into class drama with upper class ethos. That time the class system were in England, such as upper class, lower class, and middle class in the society. So, on that basis, mostly the drama occupies. It lasts beyond this period into the first decade. Decade means period of 10 years of the 18th century. Comedy in the early 18th century declined into sentimentalization. It became comedy of manners. George Ithage was its most important exponent. From such depths, the drama was rescued by Oliver Goldsmith and Richard Sheridan. With Sheridan, something of the brilliance of restoration, dialogue returning to comedy but with more genial atmosphere. The characters were firmly presented with clarity, reminiscent of Johnson, but with no depth in Sheridan's world. No new interpretation of human nature. In this, he was nearer to Oscar Wilde than to Johnson's. So it was the Elizabethan or the Restoration drama. Next one is that the modern drama or the modern theatre. In modern theatre, uh, with this picture of frame stage, it's actress taking female parts. It movable scene designed to create a visual image of the local of each scene, and its artificial light was developed during the restoration period. This is clear influence of France on theatre, the audience and the theme. The drama of the early 19th century was on the whole on the way to decline for many reasons. The theatre was home mainly irregular spectacle, melodrama and pose. A simple external reasons can be found in the monopoly held by the two houses, Convent Garden and Drury Lane. For the performance of serious drama, the audience with gathered to the 19th century theatre had not the intelligence or the imagination of the Elizabethan audience. The danger in the 19th century theatre was that above all it was unrelated to the life of the time. The changes in the structure of society had so modified the human personality itself that a new interpretation was essential. Ibsen, the great Norwegian dramatist of the 19th century, dominates the realistic drama. He developed modernist, realist, social and psychological dramas like The Dollhouse, Ghost, and Enemy of the People. They are far more subtle in stagecraft and profound in thought and anything in the modern English theatre. But it was only George Bernard Shaw, G.B. Shaw, who was deeply influenced and affected by Ibsen's innovative contributions and experimentation. He was the most brilliant playwright of his times. He alone had understood the greatness of Ibsen's, and he was determined that his own plays should also be vehicle for ideas. The responsibilities of elevation of the English drama to the brilliance of Norwegian fell with Oscar Wilde and G.B. Shaws in the late 19th and early 20th centuries. The 20th century shows a talent in the drama with which the 19th century could not complete. Uh, H. Granville, Barker John Galsworthy, St. John's, then Irvine were some of the playwrights who explored contemporary problems. St. John's Irvine has been associated with a group of the Irish dramatists whose work was normally produced in the Abbey Theatre in Dublin. Much that is best in the modern drama in English developed from the moment one of its origins was Lady Gregory with WBH and GM Siggs. They were in the most important dramatists of this Irish revel who used to sense of tragic irony, a violent species of humor and a rich and highly flavored language. T.S. Eliot explains with Greek tragedies in the early 40s of the 20th century. Other dramatists of the modern era, such as John Obscurn, wrote people who grew up after the Second World War. Kingsley Amis wrote about frustrated anti-establishment of young people. Osborne's look back in anger brought a new vitality to the theatre scene. It was more a cultural phenomenon than the work of literature. Other important playwrights of the modern era include Anton Chekhov, Bertolt Brecht, Eugenie O'Neill's, Arthur Miller, Tennessee Williams, then Eugenie Lonsdale, Samuel Beckett, and Harold Pinter. So this is all about the modern drama. After modern drama, next one is that Indian drama. According to the Indian drama, earliest seeds of the modern drama can be found in the Sanskrit dramas from the 1st century. Anna Domini, Mahabhashya by Patanjali provides a feasible date for the beginning of theatre in India. The major source of the evidence, a treatise of theatre, Natya Shastra by Bharat Muni, is the most compact work of dramatology in the ancient world. It gives mythological account of the origin of theatre. Modern Indian dramas, however, has influence from all over the world as well as the Sanskrit and the Urdu tradition. This is the period history of drama, medieval period, Renaissance period, Restoration period, Victorian period, modern period and post-modern eras. Now next one is that one act play. Uh, According to one act play is not exactly the shortened play. It is the complete story that it has to be performed on the stage in the stipulated time. It has its own features and characteristics. The action is confined to the single place and the number of characters is limited. Simplicity of design and the quick effect are its features. The prescribed one act play will help the learners to understand the following features such as the plot, theme, setting, language and characters. Let's see a plot in the one act play. According to the plot of one act play is limited to a single interesting episode. The plot of any pieces of literature is a story that has been woven into a closely related chain of events, arrangement in sequence, it is said that conflict is the soul of drama. We usually have conflict in the play, but modern plays of the theater of the absurd are an exceptions to it. After plot, next one is that the theme. A theme is the central idea around which the plot revolves. It is directly stated through the playwright's instruction, dialogues, and other features. It focuses on the subject of the play. It can be implicit or explicit. There can be a number of sub themes that portray human life. The theme helps to convey the message of the playwright. After theme, next one is that the setting. Setting or the location is the place where the story occurs. A drama is meant for a stage performance. The location or the setting is revealed through effective use of the variety of props, the unity of time, unity of place, and unity of the action. Three unities has to be taken into considerations while setting the stage. The proper use of setting props helps to be impactful. After setting, next one is that the language. Language consists, we all know that the pen is mightier than the sword. Likewise, words are the weapons of a writer. There is another language too. Have you enjoyed films Charlie Chaplin's? What is the story of Charlie Chaplin? Find out. Who use non-verbal communication very effectively through his body. It conveys emotions and underlying meaning profoundly. One act play has profound effect due to its brevity of words. If dialogues are witty, pungent, and concise, they add to the overall impact of play. For example, William Shakespeare's Hamlet. Hamlet says, to be or not to be? That is the question. The dialogue of the playwrights use technique like a projection, articulation, and phrasing for effective communication. Poetic devices and figure of speech like imagery, symbolism, personification, and the humor embedded in wit, pun, irony, and paradox make the dialogues extremely powerful. The tone of the dialogues can be comic, ironic, light, playful, sad, serious, sinister, solemn, sombre, and threatening. After language, next one is that the characters. There are a limited number of characters in one act plays. There are two types of the characters, main and supporting characters. According to E.M. Foster, in his aspect through the experience and involves as a dynamic persona and a flat characters is one who remains the same throughout the story. Flat characters are also known as the caricatures and recognized only through the characteristic. The story revolves around the main characters or the characters who face a dilemma or conflict. After characters, next one is that the features of the one act play. Features such as it has one or more scenes, it is the concise in manner, it has a single dominant theme which produces singular effect, it trains problems of everyday life, it has beginning, middle, or the end. The stage are as follow: exposition, conflict, climax, and a denouement. In exposition, it is the brief introductory. In conflict, it is the development of the drama. It is the backbone of the drama. After that, next one, climax. Climax, it is the turning point or the important part of the drama. Then denouement, it is the brief, often overlaps climax. It gives introduction of the stage direction. It creates mood or the atmosphere. It has unity of time, place, and action. It has simplicity of plot, concentration of action, and unity of impression. It has limited characters. It presents a question, answer, or the which eagerly awaited by the audience. Next one is that the creativity. According to the creativity, the course book aims not only to understand and studying the given genre, but also the being creative to use the features of the same to express feelings and the ideas. Learners should try to produce the given content in their own language. They are expected to add some of their own imaginative beginnings or the ends by using the features obtained from the given one act play. It will be an aid to create the citizens having linguistic proficiency. The learners are expected to study as well as enjoy exploring the richness of the language by studying our genre in detail. Thank you.